Welcome
On
back to
this episode of
CEOs of the Industry. I'm your
CEOs of
host,
the
Jim
Industry,
Eady.
we're joined by Michael
Conversation today
Egerli,
with Daniel
partner at
Rivest,
IQ
President
in
and
a
CEO of
Box.
Olymel.
We
Welcome,
explore how
Daniel.
data-driven
Thank you. Thanks
thinking
for
is
having me.
shaping decision
Well,
making across the
congratulations on your
livestock
appointment
industry.
as President and CEO of Olymel. For those who may not know your background, tell us about your journey and what attracted you to the leadership role here.
Yeah, so I've been about 30 years in the industry of food and on the food industry, mainly in three different categories. So I was part of the dairy business with three different companies. So Kraft, Parmalat at that time, that is now Lactalis, and Agruper just before joining Olymel. I was also for 10 years in the beer industry with Molson Coors and 10 years with Olymel. So I joined Olymel in 2016 as the role of VP sales for all fresh meat, then get promoted to senior VP sales, marketing, and commercial strategy. Last assignation before being CEO was COO. I was there for about a year and I started a new role on June 22nd.
So, what excites you most about leading Olymel at this stage of its evolution?
Yeah, I think we're in the middle of where we wanted to be. Like we went through very different time in the crisis on the pork at back to 2020 and 2021. So I think with the leadership of our previous CEO, Yannick Gervais, we went through a tough time where we had to take some courageous decision to restructure the entire organization because we were not making profit anymore. And right now, I think the current situation of Olymel is quite good. Like we were been able to restructure our operation to be a lot more efficient, and we put the consumer and the customer in the center of all our decisions. So I think we have been a lot more innovative in the course of the last 3 years. Put a lot of new innovation in the market in Canada, but also in the international side of the business. I'm sorry, mostly in Asia. So right now we are making money. We want to continue to grow that, and I think that the biggest challenge is to expand it. How we can do better with the resource that we have right now? How could we create more value with the base of meat that we have right now? This is the next challenge.
Create more value and demand, right?
Yeah.
And
So
what
demand, like obviously, we already sell. We are already selling 100% of the total production that we have. Is how we sell it differently. Like so, if I look back 10 years ago when I start, we used to be a commodity company selling a lot of meat with no point of differentiation all around the world. Now the mandate that we have with the team is how we create value with each of the kilogram that we're selling around the world. Doesn't mean we don't want to be part of commodity, but we want to try to go and reach the end user, the consumer, through our great base of customer around the world, and obviously making the promotion of our great brand like Olymel being the national brand, the international brand, but also Pinty is a very strong poultry brand that we have mostly present in the English Canada side, but we have some ambition to launch it into Quebec in the near future.
I like the vision. Now, what about how would you describe your leadership philosophy?
I think I'm very close to the people that I work with. I love working close with customers. I'm heavily involved with customer, not only here but all around Canada. So I pass a lot of time visiting some customers, speaking with consumer, having some time in our factory. So I think that the type of leadership that I have is I'm close to the operation, working with people to try to get the best out of we can get.
So Olymel remains one of North America's largest pork and poultry processors. How do you describe the company's position in today's marketplace, Daniel?
I think, like I say, we're about half of where we wanted to be. So I think we went from a commodity company to added value company. Obviously, it takes time to change the culture, to change the behavior of our employee, but also of our customer. Like I think we're new to some of the category where we were not before. So it takes time. But the way I see it, the next 3 to 5 years should be very interesting to complete the stage of where we are right now. So we want to be more relevant. We want our customer all around the world when they think about new product, when they think about innovation in poultry and pork, they want us to think about us first. And after that, how we serve them, how we bring new innovation to the market and make them sell more product, make more money, and same thing on our side.
And your greatest strength today?
Greatest strength, I will say market knowledge. I will say I'm pretty good with that right now. I think, like I say, I've been heavily involved with most of the markets we're going through right now. So I know the market. I'm close to my team. We really work as a close team. Very open discussion, very open dialogue where everybody can bring their point, can speak about their opinion, and yeah, it's really the way I'm seeing right now.
And how else specifically have you emerged from challenges from the past couple of years?
What can you just precise your question? What do you mean by?
Well, a couple of years ago, COVID, some of the different
Yeah.
challenges in the industry, how have you guys persevered
Yeah.
and emerged?
It's a good question. I think everybody went through COVID, so it was all difficult for all people involved in the industry. But at the same time, we didn't only have COVID, we have the biggest crisis on the pork industry ever, 21 and 22. So I think it was difficult during that period, but we saw the resilience of the company, of the people. So it was not only COVID, like most of the people went through, but it was how we can get out of this major worldwide crisis on pork, where most of the packer or most of the producer all around the world lost millions and $1 million during that period. So I think it's when you have a difficult situation like that you are capable to see like what kind of company we were at that time. And if I look back just to 2022 compared to 2026, we're extremely proud of the employee, extremely proud of the way customers support us all around the world, and extremely proud of where we are right now and very optimistic for the future.
So the Canadian pork and poultry industry continues to face labor challenges, global competition, animal health risks, and evolving consumer expectations, which you touched on. How do you view the future of the Canadian sector specifically?
Yeah. So two different sector. Obviously, labor is a similar situation. I think we have been very active. I will say proactive to hire some people domestically in Canada, but also all around the world. In the middle of the crisis back to 2022, we had 3,000 job open out of 13,000, 14,000 employee at that time. So it was 20 to 25% shortage at that time. So I think our team has been very proactive to hire some foreign worker all around the world coming and join the team. But mostly, I will say back to the last 2 year, 84% of the new labor we hire are coming from Canada. So I think we're very attractive right now as an employer. We have some good condition. We work closely with our union to try to create some partnership around that. We are investing in to get more automatization in our factories. Try to remove the hardest job when you need some strength and all that. So we try to automate. So came to a point where Olymel is getting attractive for new worker to join our factories.
And is there anything else that gives you confidence about the industry's future?
Well, obviously, agriculture is a cycle. So when we look at it right now, if we took like poultry is doing extremely well right now here, but all around the world. So travel this year to Japan, travel to South Korea. Like poultry is popular right now. The protein effect is there. People want to eat more chicken and more turkey, obviously. So it's not only in Canada, it's worldwide. So pretty optimistic about the future of the category. At the same time, we all know the issue that the beef category is facing right now with major shortage. Start like 3 years ago, but it's pretty heavy right now. So we see price rising, where it's mostly the poultry that is taking back the volume loss from beef. The category of pork is doing well, but it's pretty stable right now. So I think we're pretty balanced between the demand and the offer right now. But we don't see major shift. We don't see major market where customer is looking for more pork, so we need to be relevant. We need to put more pork into, find a way to put more pork into the plate of each our consumer around the world. And this is the big mandate we're having right now. We're trying to put some new product in the market, like marinated product, portion product, fully cooked product, like HMR product through the pork category. So we're going to create more occasion to increase the consumption.
How important is collaboration across the value chain?
I think it's fundamental, and we always say that more and more we're trying to work from the farm to the table, like with our consumers. So I think having a strong chain integrated where everybody work together to try to put the best possible solution, best quality product to the end user that is our customer is fundamental.
So Olamel's success begins with its producer network. How do you view Olamel's relationship with independent producers and suppliers?
I think it's pretty good. Like we're in both regions, so we have some factories in Red Deer with some farm owning that we have out there. About 50% of the production of the hogs coming to Red Deer are under the Olymel umbrella, but 50% is coming from the independent. A bit different in Quebec, but I will say probably two-third, one-third. I think it's essential that we find a way to be stronger together. So I think it's the openness that we have right now. It's the type of relationship that we want to have right now. Obviously, there's tough time, there's good time. Like I say, right now the producer for the past 2 years has been making some very good result, very good contributions. So in that case, they're capable to invest into their factories and to be more efficient and more profitable at the end. So yeah, I really see that as a fundamental to have good relationship and good partnership with the producer.
So what do producers need most from their processor today?
Uh, I will say probably transparency and just to give some visibility. For example, I could give you on pork. Obviously, Canada is a small producer around the world. Like if you compare our level of slaughter compared to the States, the United States is slaughtering 6 times more pigs than we do in Canada. I think not only Olymel, but our competition, iLife, Maple Leaf, we all work to, I'll say for the past 20 years we put a lot more money on genetic, on feeding. So at the end, for pork, I'm thinking. So at the end, we have a product that is better marbling, better taste, like better color, and this is what the premium market, like Japanese and Korean, are looking right now. So the only way around we are capable to not only compete but to be dominant into those two markets is because of the meat quality and the meat specification that we have right now. So it's really the way that I see it. Do we want to be like cost effective the way US are or Brazil are? Like we're not going to be competitive in that market because they have larger farm, larger slaughtering house at that. The reason why we are successful into that is our capability to bring a product to those customers that they will pay a little bit more, but they will get the same quality that they will have in their own country by producing their own pig.
And what role does Solio cooperative structure play in supporting producers?
Well, I think they're playing a major role right now. So, as you know, Solio is the largest cooperative in Canada right now. They're owned by producers, so obviously, like they have, they want to have success with their own producer, and the way they're working to give support on the field to get bringing new technology, bringing new way to share best practice. I think they play a fundamental role right now with our independent producer and our co-op producer.
So, Daniel, let's touch base a little bit on trade, exports, and global markets. International markets remain critical to the Canadian pork industry. What are your priorities when it comes to export growth?
Yeah. So I think you have a good point. We export about 70% of our total production on pork. So you're right. Like domestic market is a key. We want to develop more and more our brand. But for the international, we are seeking market where we are capable to create some value, but also develop our brand. You go to Japan right now, like we used to export about 400,000 kilo a week to Japan 10 years ago. We now are exporting almost 6 times the volume, 2.4 million kilo a week. And what we are doing right now, we are working directly with the food service guy, but also the retail guy. You go in Japan, there's 36 Costco right now. You will find out 36 Costco that keep our products. So you go to Costco, you have the Olymel logo, you have the Olymel brand, same quality product that we do have in Canada. So we are seeking market right now where not even where we have to create some value, but also where we could make the promotion of our brand and our great attribute. So I think this is what we are working right now. There's three major markets where we could create some value, being Japan, South Korea, and also Taiwan. So heavily involved with those countries right now. But there's other markets like China, I told you, remain critical for us to being able to export our byproduct. Mexico is on top of the list right now in terms of kilograms. The country that we export more is Mexico. They're buying mostly ham, boning ham that they are capable to debone and to give some value to this. And obviously, United States in terms of value is ranked fifth right now in our portfolio. So are really seeing the North America market as a whole. Like yes, there's a border, but in fact there's fresh product and there's processed product moving from north to south. So I really see it as integrated. So those are the key markets where we are working right now, trying to create some value.
What impact have recent trade challenges like Chinese tariffs had on the industry?
I think it's huge. Like as an exporter, the dream it's always to have access to the maximum market with the less barriers. So obviously the tariff that we are facing right now in China, 25% is pretty heavy and it's been there for almost 16 months. So it started back to March of 25. Retaliation of the UV, the SUV tariff, the electric vehicle tariff, I'm sorry, that the Canadian government put back to November, obviously 24. First year, like first 12 months, we estimated that we lost about $30 million in revenue, which is kind of huge. And taking in consideration we are 30% of the market, it's about $100 million loss for the industry just for the first 12 months. So obviously, we don't like those tariffs. We are working closely with the Chinese authority, but also with Canadian government to try to mitigate it. We have no idea if one day they will be removed, but this is our expectation that hope we're going to be back to the normal condition where we're going to be free of tariff and being able to get the best return for us.
And how should Canada position itself in an increasingly competitive global marketplace?
It's a good question. Like I think Canada need to be proactive. Like we know we in terms of opening some market, in terms of giving some winning condition for exporter. We know that we are pretty heavily dependent of with the United States, and we know what's going on for the past almost 2 years. I think I like the way the pork industry is made right now. So US is important, but diversification that we had been able to implement, I would say, over the course of the last 10 to 15 years, helped to mitigate the impact about it. So I think as government, their role should be to try to simplify and to promote more Canadian company to be able to export all around the world.
So we're going to look at innovation, automation, and artificial intelligence, Daniel. Technology continues to transform food production. How is Olymel leveraging innovation to improve performance and competitiveness?
I think this is huge, and obviously that's the major capex in terms of where we used to be and where we wanted to be in the future. So we are into a middle of a cycle, a 7 8 year program that will be implemented to get an ERP. Obviously, we have 25 factories, so it's not something simple to start from scratch and to bring it from where we wanted to do. But there's three phases. We're in the middle of phase two, obviously. So we will continue to invest and to be sure that we have the best possible technology to get access to the data and to using it. In terms of AI, we have several, I will say, programs that are in progress right now where we wanted to see the full effect starting in 27. So massive investment also about it. And in terms of automation, well, we have a brand new factories that will open in the end of September. It's called in Trois-Rivières, so in the middle of Quebec, where we're gonna do sliced deli meat, but also log that will be all integrated into the same factories. So production has started at the end of May. We ramp him up the production and hopefully to be full in blast by October 1st. So yeah, so massive investment in terms of capex right now to support technology, to support AI, but also to support automation, to helping us to be as much competitive as we can into the future.
Do you see any other potential biggest opportunities for artificial intelligence?
Yeah, of course, I will say yes, but I think we need to go step by step. Like I think the industry is very exciting about AI. It's from what we hear, there's some success, there's some that are not in success. So I think right now, like I say, we are working through 5, 6 initiatives a year that we wanted to build, and we want to go step by step. So we don't want to go all big on that, but we know it's critical to be there. So right now we have identified some of the opportunity, and we're pretty pleased to where we are right now.
And how important is automation in helping address labor shortage?
It's so important. So, like I say, I think that we are fully in term of staff right now, and I think what has really helped us in the past is how the money that we put to make more automation on critical role where we have some injured and all that. So, yeah, like I say, if you want to be attractive and to recruit some people from all across Canada to join Olymel, we need to have more and more automation on section of the factories that will be more critical, I will say.
Can we finish with the fast five, Daniel? Five fun questions.
Yeah.
What is the favorite part of your workday?
Favorite part of the work day, I will say morning. Like I always arrive like very early at the office, and obviously we have some office in Asia that when we start our day, they finish our day. So always starting the day with the good conversation with our folks out of Asia, and then after being ready to receive people that just arrive at work.
What leadership lesson has shaped you the most?
I think it's humility. Like it is so important. Like yeah. So I think I hope people define me as very humble about it. Like it's a big role, but it's a teamwork role that I will say. So yeah, I will say humility.
What industry trend excites you the most?
I think it's to get access to so many markets. Like if I compare to my previous role in other company where we were mostly focusing either on Quebec or either in Canada, like getting up in the morning, mission is feeding the world. I think it's a large statement to say our role is to feed the world and have it access to so many markets. It's so exciting to say what's going on in Australia today. What can we do more in Japan, in China, in Colombia? So I think that this is pretty what drive me.
So, what advice would you give a young person entering agriculture?
I will say to I think you need to be passionate because it's such a complicated industry. You need to be patient, and I think you need to put the effort to understand it because there's so many things you need to understand to take a good decision. So I will probably focus on that with the younger generation.
And one word that describes the future of Olymel.
Right.
Well, great interview, Daniel. Congratulations again, Daniel Rivest from Olymel, CEOs of the industry.
My pleasure, Jim.